Hi.
Awesome.
Wow. Did you guys put that together just for me, huh?
Yeah,
Easy.
sure. Easy.
That's
Okay,
great.
I'm just going to say some quick words to our viewers. Ok, malta, está aqui o Scott Fowler. Se vocês tiverem questões para ele, digam no final. E se não perceberem alguma coisa, digam para eu vos traduzir, ok? Então vamos então aqui continuar. First of all, Scott, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. I hope you're doing well.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is the first one of these I've done in a while, so it's
Really?
good to get back into it. I was wanting to, with the whole announcement and everything, I was hoping to, get back into the live stream circuit a little bit. So you guys are number one.
Yeah, I know. The funny thing is the motion comics was only announced on the day after I sent you the invitation.
Yeah. I didn't know exactly when they were going to announce it, but the timing was great. Right. Yeah. So I'm not a very patient guy, so I've been bugging the producers like, when are you going to announce it? When can I say something? When can I say stuff about it? That's why I've been I put up those teasers and stuff like that on my Twitter. I was teasing it for a little bit. So
it was awesome. I gotta ask you, when did the invitation for the motion comics came in?
It all came together pretty fast. I want to say maybe a month ago or so. The producers reached out to me. It was actually Andre from the Nicotina Show, which is another live stream.
I know it.
Yeah, he reached out to me about a month ago and asked me if I would be interested in voicing a character for it. And we won't say who the character is quite yet. But, I mean, take your best guess.
Okay, but is it him? Is it really him?
Yeah, right. Could be.
Awesome.
But yeah, he sent it, and then he sent me along the script and everything, and we rolled it out pretty quick.
So
nice.
About that, how did you prepare yourself for it? Is it a big role? Is it a small role?
Well, it's in the context of the story, it's a huge part of it. Yeah, it's a really big part of it's a major plot point in the storyboard. So yes, it's big. I wouldn't say the actual dialogue is a lot, but it's a huge point in the story. Yes.
Yeah. For those who already read the storyboards, that character is crucial because he is the one who discovers the anti-life equation, right?
If that's who I'm voicing,
exactly.
Yes.
I gotta tell you one thing. A viewer of ours have already made an hashtag for you. I'm going to keep it.
Ridley, Scott is my Riddler. You have a Ridley face. Hey, I'll take that. Yeah.
Scott is my Riddler. Okay, nice. Okay.
My favorite Riddler so far that's been on screen is this guy right here.
Yeah.
From the 66 series. So.
Yeah, I've heard that when you were talking with Matt from the Lightcast.
Yeah.
And in what way would you make your Riddler unique?
I like the it's a combination of a lot of the different ones too. I mean, I can't say it's inspired by that Frank Gorshin stuff, especially you get the laugh and everything that I've been doing. That's along the Arkham games, the video game series and stuff. So there's just some inspiration from that. But I always said he's more of the one that I've created is more of a kind of a vicious and delicious kind of a Riddler. He's conniving, cunning, baffling, all that, vicious. So
okay, Pedro.
Edgy, yeah.
Well, my first question is: are you excited to see Paul Dano as the Riddler in the Batman?
Oh yeah, man. I think he's going to be amazing. I loved him in Prisoners. You know, he did an amazing. That's probably my favorite performance of his so far. But he's going to be great. And the great thing about all these different universes is you can have as many Riddlers as you want. You know what I mean? That's why I don't want anybody to get confused or anything. Like I'm saying, I'm the only Riddler out there. No. It's, you know, Paul Dano is going to do amazing.
That's what you have the multiverse.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm just glad I can be a part of it after a year of campaigning for it.
So, talking about campaigns, we have the hashtag Fowler for Riddler, right? Yeah. How did you? I already know it, but how did you came up with that idea?
Well, it started on as a Twitter thing. A guy made there was some long thread about, you know, who would you be if you, somebody just asked a question, who would you be if you were in Zack Snyder's thing? Because I was doing a little bit of promotional stuff for Army of the Dead. Because I got to be a little small part in that, but that got cut out. But we'll talk about that later, I'm sure. Yeah. But it all spawned from me being part of Zack Snyder, working with Zack Snyder before. So they said, well, who would you be in the DCEU? And a couple people started saying, you know, you could be one of the new gods or something like that. And then somebody just said, you look like a Riddler. And I just took that and freaking ran with it.
Well, talking about the Army of the Dead, you work with Zack Snyder. Did someone ever tell you, or did you get the feeling that Zack Snyder knows about your campaign, about the Riddler?
Oh, I'm 99.9% sure he does. He's probably, I'm sure he's watched the videos and knows about it, especially now with the motion comic and everything. So he, you know, he when we put the announcement up and everything, some of the people that are part of it put it on Vero, however you pronounce it. They put it on there as well. And he was, you know, he liked it and everything. So he's well aware. Yes.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
About the motion comics that you talked right now, what can we expect from it? Have you already seen it or seen anything of it?
I've seen my character in comic form, which is pretty freaking amazing, and you guys you're gonna love it. I mean, what they did with it is just the guys they have working on this are world class with this stuff. So it's gonna blow up everybody's minds, and the character. Once I get to put this picture out, you'll see why. You know that's coming soon too, but I'm sure there'll be some teasers before that as well. The only person that's seen it so far is my girlfriend, and I think she's watching now. So she's the only one that's seen it.
And she liked it?
Oh, she loved it. She thought it was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's awesome. Well, talking about Riddler, I don't know if you've seen it before, but a fan-made movie called Batman Dying is Easy was released recently, and looks really good visually. Would you like to play Riddler in this universe? I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
What was the most recent one I've heard of is how they adapted the Long Halloween into an animated. What was the one you were talking about?
Batman Dying is Easy.
Dying is easy.
It's fan made.
It's a fan made.
Oh,
but it's really good. But it's really good.
Oh, so if somebody, sorry, my dog's barking in the background. If somebody approached me for like a fan made thing, you know, I'd entertain it for sure. You know, and I'm glad you brought that up now because I did want to talk about that a little bit on here. The whole subject of fan made material. Actually, I don't know if you guys watched ACS's live stream where Matt from Lightcast and everybody talked about this motion comic project. You know, fan made, the problem I have with calling things fan made, and now if these guys want to acknowledge theirs as being fan made, that's cool, that's great and everything. But I think when I think of fan made, everybody that's a director, they're a fan of their product. If they're putting their heart and their effort into bringing it there, they're probably a fan of that. So you could make an argument that everything's really fan made. So the problem I have with calling things fan made is there's a stigma around it, and there's a like almost like a negative connotation about it. Oh, it's not going to be anything good because it's fan made. You know, that's what it gets out of it. But you know, tell that to Christopher Nolan or Kevin Feige, the guys that are fans of Marvel and DC stuff that brought their stuff out. You know, it's technically fan made projects because they were just directors. They just have millions of dollars of studio budget backing them.
It's only fan made because people call it fan made because it's not official. It's not licensed,
right? It's not backed by a studio, right?
It's not licensed.
Hey man, some of the best stuff. I think once this motion comics release, there's going to be no question that it's it's not going to be a question whether it's famous. It's just going to be that it's a freaking amazing project. So
there have been some talks about that project. We've discussed earlier in the stream as well. That was some people think that making this project can undermine the efforts to restore the Snyderverse. We see it, I see it, and Peter sees it as a love letter from the fans to the fans, and and to the work that Zack Snyder and the rest of the team from since Man of Steel, right, makes. What do you think that this project can bring up to the movement, to the fans?
I love the love letter thing. That's a great way of putting it. I was actually thinking about things that I was going to say earlier, and that was one of the things I was going to call it when we talked about fan film stuff. So yeah, it's more of a love letter to Zack Snyder and his work. You know, that's what it's going to be, and it's going to bring those storyboards that never would have seen the light of day into something that you and I and everybody get to enjoy and love on and everything. So I don't see how it could undermine a campaign. That's you know, you can get on Twitter and get lost in the stuff that goes on in there sometimes. Yeah. So I try not to do that. But I did see the things that you were talking about. It's not going to undermine anything. It's to promote it. I don't know how many times I can say it, how many times everybody else involved in it can say it. It is to promote the movement. It's to promote it. It's not to undermine it. And this whole clout chaser stuff, I've seen that going around too. I'm trying to get hip to all the lingo and everything too. I'm a little bit old school. I always say that if my professional wrestling career was as popular as this is right now, or if the internet or social media was as popular as it was, I probably would have made more of myself in wrestling because you can really promote yourself on here now. But clout chasing, I mean, what are you doing if you're not promoting yourself? A good business person is in marketing. They know how to market themselves. They know how to promote themselves to stuff. It's clout chasing is, I don't get it. I don't know. But it's going to be anybody that watches it and isn't blown away by it or isn't a fan of it is, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about it. Nothing positive.
Well, imagine if Zack Snyder asked you to do a movie as a Riddler. Would you like to do some action with based on wrestling, on your performance on wrestling, like the whole days?
Yeah, I've always thought and I've always said that my wrestling background, you know, gives me an advantage as far coming into acting. I honestly thought I would take it a little further than I have at this point so far. I saw an article recently said Scott Fowler's not particularly well known. I'm trying to work on that a little bit, but yeah, no, the stage fighting and the choreography and the stuff that I got from professional wrestling, it's basically stunt work. You know, it prepared me to be able to do all that stuff. Now, is there other things that I could learn from, you know, actual stunt training? Yeah, of course. But I have a good foundation for a lot of things acting related already, improvisation and stuff from promos that I did in wrestling. All the stuff you saw me do for the Riddler so far was all improv. You know, I might have wrote down what the riddle was, but it was all off the cuff, off the top of my head from using wrestling, using wrestling from promos and stuff. So, but yeah, going into the fighting and stuff like that, that would be a super easy transition. And I'd love to throw it down with Batfleck.
That's cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Usually the Riddler is more mental, uses more his brain, but to see the Riddler use both of those things. Like, do you remember the second Sherlock Holmes movie?
The ones with Robert Downey?
Yeah, against Moriarty in the end.
Where he actually showed he could whoop some ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, you see the Riddler come out of left field. I remember one of the ideas was that when Bruce Wayne had his little underground fight club thing, that maybe the Riddler was a mastermind of that, or he was part of that somehow. So I could see that coming to about a scrappy Riddler. That'd be nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Talking about the Riddler and comic book characters, what other character would you like to perform?
Well, I've dressed up as for Halloween as Wolverine a couple times. I think I could pull that one. Switching over from DC to Marvel kind of thing,
We got to find that photo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll post it on Twitter and kind of say maybe what do you think about this one versus the Riddler?
Yeah, Wolverine and the Riddler.
With the claws.
Get you a man that can do both.
Right. Yeah. There you go, man. Go into both universes and just tear it up. Yeah. No. My two favorite movies are The Dark Knight and Logan. So, there you go.
Well, that way you answer one of the questions that I had here.
That was one of your questions.
Yeah, it was favorite comic book movies.
There you go, man. That's the two, and then I love Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition. That's top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, that's
Doc Ock and
that's freaking amazing.
Yeah, that's storytelling at its finest in all those, man. It's great.
Okay, Pedro.
I know you are a gamer, and my personal question is, did you like the Telltale series, the Batman games about the evil within? That's a Riddler. The first episode, if I don't mind, that's about the Riddler.
Mm-hmm. I love those too. I've got them on my PS4. Yeah, the one of the videos that I did for the Riddler was actually based off of that one, where he's got the hood up over his head and he's holding the cane behind his back. Yeah, that was inspired by that particular version of the Riddler. I tried to get different looks and different stuff with all the videos that I did. I don't even know where they're all on YouTube somewhere now, or deep in the Twitter archives. You can find them somewhere. Maybe I'll repost them as we get closer to the motion comic coming out.
You were talking about video games. I was just remembering when I played the Batman Arkham Knight, I had to pick up all the Riddler trophies just to kick his ass. That guy. That character was so annoying at one point. I finished all the game and I said, I'm going to get those trophies. I'm going to kick his ass.
Yeah. That's a huge, that's a huge undertaking in all those games, collecting all those trophies, man.
But they are real cool. Considering that you are in the movie industry, it's only about some 4 years now, 2 years.
I've been focusing totally on acting for the last 2 years, I'd say. Yeah.
How it's been your experience so far?
Well, COVID certainly put a damper on everything. As soon as I really got some steam going, COVID hit and all production shut down and everything went. Now, luckily, I live in a part of the U.S. where there's not many like in-person auditions, but everything switched over to self-taping. So I have a little self-tape studio set up in my house. So I haven't really missed out on much there, but still, with the productions not, shutting down for the most part, it's been slow. But this year I've picked up, a little bit again. I filmed a thing for a CNN true crime documentary earlier this year, so that'll be coming out this fall, maybe alongside of the motion comic. So could be a big fall for the Scott Fowler universe here coming up. Here,
I really hope so, man.
Murder Nation is what that one's called.
Yeah,
So,
Murder Nations. I saw it on IMDb. We don't have that here. we don't see it here.
that one won't be out. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have it on something streaming platform that you'd probably be able to watch.
Yeah,
somewhere.
probably. Pedro.
Hope so on HBO Max. Yeah. What's your?
Yeah, they're picking up everything, aren't they?
Yeah, that's
Pretty
true.
much.
What's your favorite thing about the Riddler? What is it? His mind or his intelligent?
I like the riddles, man. I like how his little rhyming, how he rhymes with the riddles, and just blows everybody's mind with it, man. You can't, you can't. He's pretty much the smartest guy in the room everywhere he goes. You know.
Who do you think? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Who do you think wins a battle? Riddler or Etrigan?
Who was it?
Etrigan from Justice League Dark. I don't know if you know who it is.
Yeah, no, I do. That's cool. I mean, I got to go with the Riddler, man. You know, that's that's a no-brainer for me. But that's not to say that it wouldn't be a challenge. But I think the Riddler would come out on top on that one.
Okay, I want to go back, if you don't mind, to the motion comics.
Yep. I could talk about that all day. Are you guys excited?
I know. Yes, I am. Really.
Very
Yes, I am. Because if you look about it, Justice League came out 4 months ago.
Yeah.
The Steam is going down, and this motion comics being released is going to put the movement again on a high note. So we need that.
And that goes back to your question earlier. That's exactly what it's going to do. So why would anybody be upset about that? It's going to bring it back into, it's not that, nobody's ever going to forget the impact that Zack Snyder's Justice League had. But you're right. And especially in the day and age we live in right now, if you don't stay on things, if you don't stay on top of them, they lose steam pretty quick, and that I use that word steam a lot too myself. Like, gotta keep the steam going. And you just hype things, the teasers and stuff like that we're going to be doing for the motion comic. That's just, as impatient as I am, I love that stuff, man. That keeps the steam going. It keeps the excitement up. It keeps the excitement levels up. Keeps the hype going.
Yeah, and it's for a good reason. It's for AFSP as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so we have to take into account these two things.
A charity that Zack Snyder himself backs. A charity that Zack Snyder himself backs.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Now we have more steam and more donations for AFSP.
Never a bad thing. Never a bad thing.
How was the experience? Did you talk with any of the cast, with Ray Porter, with Christina Rand, for instance? Did you talk with any of them?
No, actually, I didn't. It was all done remotely, which is another thing. COVID, pandemic, and everything has made a lot of that happen. Now, voiceover work, as long as you have a good setup, as long as you have a good sound system, sound booth, whatever, you can do it anywhere. So that's the only downside to it as far as the voiceover side of acting. A lot of times you don't get to interact with the other cast members because you do your own thing. You send it into the producers and they mix it into everything. So the only interaction I've had with Ray Porter was when he commented on one of my Riddler videos, the Dark Side video that I put up, and then answered the riddle correctly. I was like, man, come on, man. If anybody's going to get it, it's going to be Dark Side, of course.
Yeah, what were you expecting, man? Honestly.
Yeah, but no, I'm sure you guys have seen the thing that he put up earlier today. And I mean, Ray Porter is a freaking great guy, and for him to have to come onto Twitter and say that he's not going to interact with people anymore because of the actions of a few jabronis, a few nimrods, a few turds in the freaking fandom, that's sad. It's sad. It's really sad, and it's annoying, and it's just it's frustrating.
Yeah, it's really sad. I saw that earlier, and I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
Come up to this point. I'm gonna put up the tweet. I'm just trying to find it. Meanwhile, Pedro.
Well, one question: is that the trophy, the Riddler's trophy beside you?
I was hoping you could see that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the one, man.
at least here I can get the trophies.
Yeah, there you go. Right there, man. Oh, yeah. Yo, you may be big on the skate. I can show it to you. There you go. Yeah,
It says Fowler for the
There
Riddler.
you go.
Yeah.
Follow for Riddler.
Nice.
Yeah, everyone in the chat room, follow for Riddler, please, on the comments. Let's show some love here for Scott.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to show up the tweet that I was talking about. Here it is. So I did a thing because it was to raise money for AFSP. Only reason I did it. Apparently that's a problem for some. I never listened to my friends' warnings about interacting with friends, but my friends were right, and from now on, I will heed their advice. Whoever you are, don't be the person that causes this. It's not pretty.
Yeah, nobody likes a jabroni, man. Nobody likes when being, that toxic stuff, man. It just drives me nuts. It drives everybody nuts. It drives everybody that's working on this thing nuts. It's working really freaking hard, like 24/7 pretty much lately on this.
Do you know for how long they have been working on it?
Probably, they contacted me pretty early in the process, so about a month and a half, possibly. Yeah.
Well, we already saw a glimpse of what one of the artists drawn of Flash and Superman.
The Flash, Superman, Batman, and the Nightmare stuff. Yeah. And I've got my character, so they showed me what he looks like, and it's the character, but it's got my Ridley face, as somebody said earlier. It's got my Ridley face, but it's the character, and it's like it's so cool to see that, man. I'm like, my main goal in acting right now is to have something that would top anything that I've did in WWE. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. It's a specific goal that I've honed in on. So I think, after seeing that comic book, comic version of myself, the iteration of myself, and seeing the hype that's behind this thing, this could do it. This could be my thing. So I could, I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about the potential that it has to be.
Yeah. Do you think that can be life-changing for you? Or you hope that, right?
I think, the work that I did on it, my voice for the character is the best work I've ever done for it.
Okay. Can we hear the voice?
That would give it away, man. That would give it away. You guys seem like some guys that like the build up. You guys like the build up, don't you? The teasing and the hype and all that surrounding it. So that just makes everything cooler, man. It'll make it that much more awesome when it actually happens.
Yeah, I know, but I had to try.
I know, you gotta ask. Yeah, you gotta ask.
I gotta ask. Pedro.
Sure. I see your Batman stickers on the back. Oh, another thing I wanted to say is that's really cool about you guys having me on here is and I didn't realize this until I put out the tweet before the announcement was made that garnered all kinds of attention about where I said I was going to be part of a project that was somehow connected to the Snyderverse. That thing went way out. That kept me busy for about 48 hours responding to stuff from that. But I noticed there that I never realized how much of a reach this thing has, man. It's got people. Where are you guys? You're in Brazil, Peru, Brazil. No. Hold on.
He doesn't know our flag.
The flag there, man. Yeah.
It's green and red and
you just Just read the name.
Ronaldo.
Portugal.
I'm just gonna say
Portugal, yeah, just read the name. Duh. Jeez. Now I don't feel like the Riddler. I don't feel smart.
Well, it's just a bad day.
Portugal,
at least you don't say
Portugal,
Spain.
Brazil. Yeah, everybody has them, right? Portugal, Brazil, but there was like Brazil, Portugal.
We
I
are a
think there
big
was some.
family.
I saw some Arabic in there, some Arabic writing from some of the people, and I was just like, man, I was using Translate by Google like crazy to figure out what was going on, man. Yeah, that's nuts. But it's amazing. It's awesome to see that, though. It's so cool, man. Like, I haven't had that kind of reach since I was doing WWE stuff because they're a worldwide company too. So I would get stuff from fans over there as well when I was doing some WWE stuff. But this has the potential to be a million times bigger than anything that I ever did, even in WWE. So,
Well,
And we hope it works for you. We are really excited for this.
that's awesome.
talking about the reach, we have to take in consideration that the Restore the Snyderverse hashtag reached 1.5 million tweets, I guess.
Yeah. I saw that.
Something about the reach of 6.5 billion accounts of people. I don't know.
Worldwide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I really hope that from now on, after the motion comics, we will get to hear more of you. And what can we expect from Scott Fowler in the future?
Yeah, that's a great point too. You guys are on point with your questions, man. Yeah,
We're good, man.
yeah, I can tell. You said this thing just started up. You just get. You'd never be able to tell, man. You guys, when you first messaged me, I think you said it was a small YouTube channel. Like you guys, your presentation is great. Like it's and your question, you come prepared. That's awesome. I think that if this campaign has, and hopefully it does have a chance to go further than this, I talked to my girlfriend about this, and she knows that I'm serious about it too, about setting up a legitimate voiceover studio in my house here. I'd love to do the Riddler in an animated form, and keep the motion comic / animated thing going, I think that would be great for it too. But I do have, apparently, according to everybody in the fandom, I do have the look of the Riddler as well. So it'd certainly work on screen too. So I'd obviously love to do that. But any way I could bring that character to life in any kind of format, I would love to do it. And that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping the hashtag will change from Fowler for Riddler to Fowler is Riddler. We
have here Fowler is my Riddler, so
yeah, man, whoever said that, thank you. I appreciate you.
Boneco, come up.
Yeah, man, there you go.
Pedro?
Well, I guess I don't. I have one question. Yeah. Did you ever seen the Gotham series? Because of the Riddler.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Did you like them?
Yeah, Corey Michael Hart. Corey, what was his? I think Michael Smith, right?
Yeah, I guess.
The actor's name. Yeah. No, he did a fantastic job with the Riddler as well. And I think Paul Dano's performance is going to be along those lines, probably maybe even better. So I'm excited to see what Matt Reeves does with it, and I think Pattinson's going to be great as Batman. I think that movie's just going to be phenomenal itself. So. Yeah. But yeah, Corey, I think his name, Corey Michael something Smith or whatever. He did phenomenal. I loved his portrayal of the Riddler as well. Everybody on that show did great. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was one that I watched every week. I was tuned in. So
yeah, it was a great series.
Yeah.
My only complaint was Solomon Grundy. Not a fan.
The way the actor or the way they portrayed him.
The character.
Yeah.
I like the actor, but I guess they wasted. They wasted him on that on Solomon Grundy. Solomon was not. They just paint him white or spread some ashes on top of him and let's go on with this.
Have him act like a doofus.
Yeah, get him really drunk.
Yeah, right. So one of my favorite characters, villain wise, is Bane, and specifically Tom Hardy's. And I liked where they were going with Shane West with that character, but I wish they would have expanded on it a little more. But they cut the series after however many seasons, so I wish they could have gone a little further with that because I love Bane, man. I love that character.
Curiously about that show, I guess my favorite villain was the Riddler. Honestly,
Yeah.
I
think he stole the show.
I believe this because along the seasons, it's the only character that is always growing.
Yeah, Penguin's too, I guess.
Yeah, his arc was constantly.
Penguin's arc I believe it was on season 4 got stalled. It stopped. But the Riddler was constantly evolving. I loved that.
All the way to the end. Yep. Yeah.
About the Army of the Dead, I know you had a little role. You were a zombie.
Yep.
How was it to get back on the field after the pandemic, right? And how big was all the set? How was the preparation? How was the experience?
Yeah, I can actually talk about that now because it's released.
Yeah.
So I did. I signed an NDA before I did that one. That was actually before. It was a little before the pandemic. It was October 2019 was when we did that. So it was, I think pandemic stuff started in March 2020 or somewhere around there. So that everything was still fully going balls to the wall at that point. So I filmed my stuff in Atlantic City, New Jersey, which they set up to look like Vegas at that. It was at a casino called the Showboat in Atlantic City, and they had my scene was inside was the outbreak, so I was part of the outbreak. Which if you saw the movie, you saw in the beginning they had a bunch of like the little put together scenes of everything happening there. So it was part of that. But my particular scene was part of one where they had a male stripper zombie that had a gigantic prosthetic penis. I mean, the thing was like it was like enormous. So and that was the thing that if you saw Zack Snyder put something out and said that crossed the line, they didn't, they gave him complete creative control, but they couldn't put that in the movie. So it ended up getting scrapped. So
I wonder why.
Yeah, I know. Well, originally he filmed that, and with the idea was, hey, they're going to let me do anything that I want to do. That's going to be part of it. But I mean, it was hilarious. Everybody in the cast that was there that day and loved it. We were all busting up laughing. Release
the Fowler.
Yeah, or at least the Fowler cut of Army of the Dead with the gigantic prosthetic zombie stripper penis.
That could be
no, it wasn't me that had that. By the way, let me clarify that. I was a slot or a blackjack card dealer that turned into a zombie. I got bit on my hand, and I was chasing the showgirls and stuff around the casino there. But yeah, that one it didn't make the movie. And when you're released, but when you come into acting, man, that you gotta have thick skin about that kind of stuff because it just happens. You never know. I mean, you can film a bunch of stuff for a show or a movie, and it never sees light. It ends up on the cutting room floor. You just got to roll with the punches. You got to take it as it comes.
Yeah.
But I was happy to be a part of it. The last day, I was there for the very last day of filming. I got to shake Zack Snyder's hand and say thank you and get a cheers from him and all that stuff. And so it was cool just I watched him come out and actually got to see how he filmed stuff and he filmed, the zombie, us as zombies was telling us how to move and everything. It's pretty cool. So I'll never forget it. It was nice.
Did you get the idea that both Zach and Deborah are very approachable people?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he was right in there, man. He was in there with everybody, yakking it up. When we did the scene where now I was part of the scene. I don't think I was just a kind of a filler in this one, but the scene where Zeus holds the baby up
Yeah.
Pulls the baby out of her stomach and holds it up. That was the scene that Zach was down there filming everything, and one of the actors said, "Man, this is like a. Do you guys cuss on here?" He's like, "This is like a effed up Lion King, man. It's called it a effed up Lion King." He's holding up the boy. He's like, and Zach was like, "Yeah, it really is. This is like a effed up Lion King."
Yeah, come to think
Yeah, he was
about
yucking it up with us out there and everything. It was fun.
Wow, awesome, man. That is awesome.
So it wasn't something that I can say, like, yeah, Zach, I had a huge role in it or anything, but I got to work with him. It was fun. We had a lot of fun on it. Got to be a part of the project, and he knows, he personally selected, from what I was told, he personally selected who were the zombies. So he's aware of the Fowler show, the Fowler for Riddler dealio.
He was testing you. Maybe on the next movie.
Hey, man, maybe on the next one. He likes to use the same people in a lot of his stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. What was it called? Dark Moon?
Rebel Moon? His new Netflix thing coming out? Yeah.
Yeah, Rebel Moon. Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out. I have my agent looking out for stuff specifically that he puts out as well. So.
Now that you talked about your agent, and you told us that only your wife saw, or your girlfriend saw the portrayal of your character for the motion picture. Not even your agent saw it?
No, the agent, she hasn't seen it. I haven't even mentioned anything to her about the motion comic, because that was kind of a thing. They contacted me directly. They didn't go through her. So I try to, she's super busy, so I try to leave her alone. If I can do something, if I can handle the stuff on my own, I kind of leave it to her. Now, with one of the things that happened and I said this on other live streams before, one of the things that happened with the Fowler for Riddler videos was somebody from a big studio contacted her about one of the videos that I did. If you watched them all, it was one where I was really intense and I knocked some books off the little thing in front of me and stuff, and they were like, "Yeah, that was great stuff, and keep it up, keep doing more stuff like that." So I got some creative advice from one of the studios on one of my videos, which was pretty cool.
Awesome, man. So really soon you're going to be up there.
I hope so, man. If they're watching, they're obviously paying attention. So I'm doing something right. And I've always been big, and I learned this through the professional wrestling business. You're in business for yourself. You're an independent contractor. You have to promote. You're responsible for promoting yourself. So I got really, really good at doing that at a really young age, and I've just kept the ability to do that. I'm one of the best hype men you can find around. That's what I told the producers of this motion comic too. I was like, man, you got to worry about that with me. I'm going to be hyping this thing to the moon.
So hopefully this next week we will get some of that. So I'm going to ask, do you have some time to answer some questions from our fans?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So, falta 2 perguntas. Make some questions on the chat so Scott can answer them for you.
Só aqui um pequeno conselho. O boneco, eu acho que estás atrasado. Ou alguém que diga o boneco que está atrasado porque ele está a comentar cenas anteriores.
Yeah. So we were just advising one of our viewers that
because he
is again delayed.
He's a little late on the stream.
They're coming up with all kinds of hashtags. I see. Fowler Universal. Tell us a riddle, man. Here we go. Some off the cuff stuff here.
Okay.
Let me see if I can figure out what my favorite one has been so far.
The answer is water.
The answer is what? Hot water?
Water. Okay, can you tell us a riddle?
Coringa. Let's see what we can do here, Coringa. Let me pull up my favorite one here. The Dark Side Riddle. Any other? Do we have any other questions while we find that one?
Just a quick update on the European Championship. Italy is the winner.
Whoa.
Italy won the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Italy won. Woohoo. Okay, favorite comic. Do you have one?
Yeah,
From Andrea Sanch.
the Long Halloween. I'm actually reading that again right now. Yeah, I love that one, man. Yeah.
Yes.
That's fire.
Are you
Yes.
watching? Did you watch the movie?
I haven't seen it yet. I still need to see that. All my time has been tied up in the hype for this motion comic, man. My girlfriend is like, she loves it. Like, she loves this stuff, which is amazing too. She's got a little nerdy side to her too. Hope she doesn't mind me saying that. I know she's watching right now.
So that's
sorry,
mine.
but you know you do. Oh, she does. Is that did she put it? Is she the one that put up the Instagram story?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I got
Hey,
you.
with me.
Hey, cool. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, always. So okay, another one. Everybody's just silent. During the conversation, everybody was talking. Now everybody's embarrassed right now. Did you have the riddle in there?
Yeah, let's see here.
Coringa is Joker.
Riddle me this.
Okay.
The person who built it sold it. The person who bought it never used it. The person who used it never saw it. What is it?
I'm the worst with riddles.
Yeah, same.
In English, no.
No, the person who used or the person who made it never saw it. The person who bought it never used it. The person who used it.
Never saw it. I don't know.
Man, I can't even remember my own riddles here.
It's a coffin. It's a coffin.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got it. Yep.
Yeah.
You got it, man.
Nice.
I like it.
And that's the one.
Damn.
That's the one that Ray Porter answered. Yep.
You people are dark, man.
Dark, man. That's what I'm saying. That's my Riddler. He's
Okay,
dark
this
and
is-
vicious.
This guy that is making you this question is the number one in Portugal with platinum trophies on PlayStation. Do you have a favorite game on PlayStation 4?
I do. I just started playing The Last of Us Part 2, but the first one, The Last of Us remastered version, is probably my favorite game ever made. I love that game.
That is an awesome game. Okay, and a game from the Batman saga, from the Arkham Knight, the Arkham series, I believe.
Yep.
I was the biggest fan of the Asylum, the first one. That's the one that I got the most enjoyment out of playing. Yeah, the Asylum.
Yeah, the Asylum, and for me, it's the Arkham Knight. I just love the
Knight.
I love
Same,
the
same.
Batmobile, man.
Yeah, that was cool. You got to drive the Batmobile in that one. Yeah, finally.
What's up? Okay. She has a question. Posso fazer?
Okay. So, have you played the Batman Arkham Knight?
I have. Yep.
Did you also wanted to kick Riddler's ass?
Yeah, I mean he's obnoxious. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He's obnoxious.
We were so fed up with him that we had to kick his ass.
Yeah, you had, and you did though, right? You in the end you took him out. Good.
Yeah.
I had to.
So he's and I'm sure there's people that have watched my videos that I put out that have wanted to kick my ass just because of the way I act in them. I don't know. Those things.
Well,
one man's trash is another man's treasure. That entertainment's so subjective, you know. I'm sure there's people that thought my videos were awesome, and there's people that thought they were trash. So it is what it is, you know.
but overall, your interaction with the fans has been good.
Positive, very positive. Yep. And
Awesome.
the people that I've met that are you know, I don't know, you would call them pioneers, but the charter members of the fandom and stuff, and you know, people like Meg and Zeverfet and ACS and Nicotina, Matt, Lightcast, Matt. All those guys are just phenomenal people. And as soon as they asked me, it was an immediate yes. I wanted to be part of it. So yeah, I love everybody that's involved. This has been probably the most. It got me through the whole pandemic. I know that. They gave me something to do through the whole pandemic, putting together those videos and everything.
You were talking about Matt from Lightcasts. I was rewatching the interview you made with him on the other day, and you mentioned about the guy that gave you the suggestion of putting geocaches of the Riddler.
Yeah.
That was me.
That was you? Okay,
Yeah.
the geocache. I wish I knew how to write, because everybody was talking about, or I asked everybody things that I could do to make it more engaging for everybody, and that was one of the things that you brought up. And I was like, that's a great idea. I just have no idea how to do it. Maybe I could get somebody like Matt or, Lightcast or somebody to help me out with good. I think that would be a really cool idea.
Okay, a question from Jose Fonseca. Have you thought of writing and directing a Riddler movie?
The thoughts crossed my mind. Yeah, I don't know about directing one, but putting together a story and writing one, even just based on the things that I've come up with already, just piecing that all together and putting a backstory to it and everything would be a cool idea.
And do you think? Sorry.
No, I've thought about doing that. The writing part, yes.
And do you think that the motion comics that you are now a part of helped on that process?
Yeah, I do. Actually, yeah, I really do. And it's inspiring too, like to see these guys doing this and to know stuff like this can be done. If you watch Lightcast, he's obviously got his production value of his show and everything. He's got a very well put together thing. So you kind of get an idea there of his skill set and everything, and the people that he's working with, their abilities and stuff like that. So you're going to get, with the motion comic, you're going to get a top tier, top quality, like 1080p times a million, product coming at you.
That is what we want, honestly. Like we said earlier, we want the movement to pick up some steam again.
And you've seen the articles on, I'm sure you guys have had some in Portugal that have come out, some in articles over there about it. But CBR, Comic Book Resources, picked it up. Screen Rant picked it up. Culture Nerd.
Here in Portugal, there are some that pick up something about the motion comic. Not one.
Really?
Yeah, not even one. The media here, the entertainment media, is very mainstream, here in Portugal. So it's up to us, the fans, me, Pedro,
to make some noise.
Yeah. And we make it. Believe it.
Well, you've got a website, right? DC Portugal, isn't that a website as well? Like an entertainment?
No. I will try. I try have a site, but no.
Failed miserably.
Because I'm too busy because of the school and the theater. But yeah,
right.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah, man. I like that. We are our own Justice League. That's great. Yeah. I mean, that's what this is all for, man. That's it's fan service. That's what it all is.
I didn't want to bring up the WWE theme because we want to pass over that. I know you want to as well. It has been a big part of your life.
It was, right, and I can't necessarily ignore it, so I'll answer questions about it. But I like to move on. I like to move on. I like to think I'm in a lot better place now than I was back then. A lot old.
Yeah, I know.
I almost said a lot older. Why would I say a lot wiser? A lot wiser than I was back then. I was a young kid doing that in my 20s. So
overall, how was your experience?
I mean, I wasn't with them consistently for a long time. You know, I worked for them sporadically from 2005 through 2011, doing random stuff. I had a few matches on that were televised worldwide and stuff. So I grew up watching Hulk Hogan and all those guys. You know, it was something I grew up watching. I had a dream of doing it. I remember I used to think to myself when I was watching the shows, like, how would it feel to come out on that ramp and just stare out in front of all these people, and to be able to say that I did that it was incredible. You know, it was overwhelming at the time, especially for a 25-year-old kid that was, you know, probably didn't need that ego boost at the time.
But admit it was cool, right?
It was very cool. And hanging out with the guy, you know, seeing John Cena, I saw you guys had a picture of him from Empire. I thought I was a white guy. He looks pretty pasty in those pictures, man. He's pretty pasty white.
We shared that picture, but we didn't saw anything there. Just a
little
bit of blood.
James Gunn.
But
he's a super.
You are one of the few people in the world that can actually see John Cena. Damn.
Yeah, and I actually took his finishing move too, the FU, where he picks you up on his shoulders.
Yeah.
It wasn't on television, but in practicing before the shows, he was going over how to do it with a couple of guys. He wanted to do one where he put two guys on his back, so it wasn't just one; it was two guys. So he used me and another guy as like to see if he could do it. Because if we got hurt, who cares, right?
I saw him do that once. I don't remember who, but he ended
up doing it. Right. He stacked two guys on top of each other and threw them over. Yeah. But then you figured that he did it to like the Big Show, you know, who's like 500 pounds. That's like two guys in one anyway. So.
Yeah.
But he wanted to see if he could do it with two guys on his back. So he used me and another guy. So I took John Cena's FU finishing move once. That's pretty cool. I got to wrestle on the show before the show with The Undertaker once, which was cool. Meeting all those guys. John Cena he's a super nice guy. I think you hear things from everybody about different people. Some people will say Vince McMahon's the coolest guy they've ever met. Some will say he's a complete asshole. You know, he was always cool to me.
It depends on the experience that anyone has with anyone.
Right. And when I was there, the times I was there, I guess he was having good days because he was always cool to me. John Cena was always cool. I never got to meet The Rock. That was, you know, he was never there. He was already gone to Hollywood by the time I got there. Was doing that. So
he's coming for the Black Adam. 10-year waiting.
Yeah, man. He's a freak, dude. He's gigantic. Like I saw some of the pictures from the set. Jeez.
How do you think the fight between him and Zachary Levi is going to work out?
Is that going to be in the movie? Or are they doing that?
Not in this movie, but
not in this one, but probably in the next.
They're going to have that. They'll have to have them come together. Yeah, that'll be. I mean, I think he's a lot bigger than Zachary Levi, but the characters themselves are pretty matched in powers and everything.
Yeah.
So they'll put together a spectacle, I'm sure. Yeah, The Rock, man. His arms are probably the size of most people's freaking thighs.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like their thigh, their freaking leg, or put both of their legs together, and that's one of Rock's arms.
So now, okay, so I believe that we are finished from here. I don't know if anyone wants to ask anything else. I just want to thank you, Scott, a lot for coming on in.
Thank you, man.
So. Oh yeah, that's another question. Sorry, your favorite Riddler from games, comics, movies, or series?
Yep. So far, Mr. Gorshin from the old '60s Batman. Yeah.
Riddle me this.
Yeah, that's the man right there for me so far. Like you said, the one in the Arkham games, man, he was just obnoxious. You wanted to beat the shit out of him. You wanted to beat the hell out of him.
So we have Boneco. Did you read Dark Knight, Dark City? You are alike with that interaction. It's uncanny. I was seeing this 8 minutes behind. Okay, it was late.
The late person.
That's all right. Dark Knight, Dark City. I don't even know that I've heard of that one. I'll have to look into it. I'm sure it's a comic.
Yep.
Comic and was it transformed into animated or anything?
No, not really.
Just a
Not
comic.
yet. Not
Okay.
yet. Just the
Yeah.
comics.
For now, just
Well, I will put that on my studying list because I do like to go. We've got a couple great comic book stores around my area here, so I like to go and pick up some stuff and do character study sometimes. That's why I'm going back and reading The Long Halloween again to get some ideas. I take stuff and then I loosely base it on, that kind of thing. Take ideas and then put my own spin on it.
You pick some from there, pick another one.
Yeah, a little, and then I throw it at the wall and see if it sticks,
Yeah. And then you just look at it and, okay, this works.
Yes.
Okay, but I believe that's it.
Yeah, I guess we're done.
We're done.
Awesome.
Well,
all right. Well,
Scott,
keep
thank you a
supporting
lot.
the stuff around the middle, probably in the next week or two. There'll be some character teasers. They're going to put out who's playing who, and it'll come alongside like they did with Ray Porter with the Dark Side thing, the Superman must submit or something. Or
that's.
I don't want him dead. He must submit.
I want him to submit. Damn.
Yeah, so I think they'll be doing something similar to that with everybody's character. So
yeah, a bit like Zack Snyder made with the promos for Justice League.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the idea. I will be looking forward for yours as well.
Yeah, hopefully
I want to see that's mysterious character that we don't know what it is.
Super mysterious character.
Yeah. Have you have any idea?
Super.
What is the character that is playing? You have no idea.
Right now?
No.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
She's oblivious. So, Mr. Scott, Mr.
One
Fowler.
more riddle.
What? Why?
Riddle me this.
I know.
What can you hold in your right hand but not in your left?
Pizza.
Throwing you a bone here. Oh no, I got a pizza I'm getting ready to go after this. I'll be holding in both hands.
Trophy. A Riddler trophy. I don't know.
That's just a quick one. What can you hold in your right hand but not in your left?
I have no idea.
Your left hand.
Oh my god!
And we're done.
I'm
We end on that
feeling
note.
so dumb right now. I'm feeling so dumb right now. No, I have a
we got
riddle
it.
for you. No, I have a
We're going
riddle
to
for you.
show you. What?
I am first on earth and second in heaven, and I appear twice
this one.
per week. What am I?
I know this one.
What was
Repeat
it
it.
again? First.
I am first on earth and second in heaven, and I appear twice per week. What am I?
I've heard that one before. You got that from,
Yeah,
you got that from a website, did you? I don't remember the answer to it though.
It's
Appear twice a week.
Yep. First on Earth and second
Second
on
in
heaven.
heaven.
Man, what do you get for stumping the Riddler? You want me to send you this?
Okay, it's the letter E.
The letter E. Okay, yeah.
First on earth,
Twice
second in heaven.
in a week.
Twice in a week.
Yeah.
Damn.
The E is in there, right? For Enigma.
Yeah. Mr. Edward Nigma, Mr. or Scott
Hey, how do you
Fowler.
spell Enigma? How would you spell Enigma?
You're in
Y or N-I?
Do you remember when in the movie with Val Kilmer they say Enigma?
Yep.
Okay, it's in Portugal it's the same, but instead of a Y, it's an I.
It's an I.
Enigma.
Well, that's what I always said. It's Enigma with an I. Because that's the original comic book character was with an I, and then they kind of changed it to the Y, I think, or
So
along there somewhere. So
It's Enigma.
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 Enigma. It's in Portuguese. So
nice. Very
Well,
cool. Well, I'm so happy to have you guys support, man. I appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. Like,
and
this
we are ecstatic that you are here with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you again. I wish you the best of luck.
Yep.
If you want, I can send you the video that your presentation.
Yeah,
video.
if you can, yeah, I'll post it on Twitter and Instagram and all that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you later after this stream. We're going to continue it.
Yep.
So, Mr. Scott, thank you very much.
Yes, guys. Thank you.
We are in a small country. We are a small channel, but our support for you is enormous.
Making a big impact, though. Yeah, man.
Thank you. We will be looking forward for your character and to watch the motion picture.
Awesome. Yes. Enjoy. Take care, guys.
Bye.
All right. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ha 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 ha!